Hey guys, so we're going to do Keanu Reeves' chart reading today. I really wanted to do his chart because he's one of my favorite actors. He's got a really interesting personality. He's been through so much in his life and in his career, and I just wanted to delve into that to see how he sees the world, a bit more on his personality. He's a great actor. There's something really mysterious and somber and sort of attractive about him. And I really wanted to discuss more about his outward persona, his ascendant in Virgo as well. That's a big part of his personality, as well as all of this mutable energy as well, which really means he has the proclivity to really change and adapt to his environment and situations throughout life as well. So although it is an air sign in Virgo there, which is good, it sort of helps keep him grounded and not easily as swayed as, say, a Pisces, Sag, or Gemini, the other mutable signs would be. So let's have a look at that Virgo rising. He has a stellium there as well. So it's going to be quite prominent in his personality, this Virgo archetype. They can really come across as very neat and meticulous, tidy, reserved, a bit shy, not so forward as maybe the fire signs would be. They have a very simple and clean and stylish style. So he would be very polite and sort of keeps his space a little bit when he first meets people, sort of quietly intellectual as well, quick to get things done. They can be very proactive, especially mentally, and very efficient. And typically Virgo risings also have these sort of small delicate features as well, and he does have that sort of refinedness to him, I think. But there also are 4 other planets there conjuncting his ascendant, so this will give a bit more flavour to how he comes across. It's all in Virgo though, so we will look at Virgo. And if we start with Uranus there, which is the closest conjunction on his ascendant in Virgo, both 10 degrees, this will give him sort of a unique edginess maybe and alertness to his presence. Uranus is the awakener. It is literally the part of the brain that wakes us up. Plus also having the Sun conjunct Uranus there within a 1 degree orb is very, very prominent, even though it's in the 12th house, so a little bit more hidden, but it is still quite strong and close to his ascendant. So it will have this such effect where he is noticed and he shines when he's in the room. And he's noticed in a Virgo way, in a humble, a modest, intellectual way. Sun on the ascendant or in hard aspect to the ascendant is always noticed, always seen, listened to by people, and can come across as a leader or someone important that holds space and can show people the way. And they command attention with their presence just by being there. So also with Sun on the ascendant, it adds quite a majestic and proud quality to their persona. And if you really think about this, the Sun is at the center. Everything, all the planets revolve around the Sun. It's 99 point something% of our solar system's mass. So it's such an important part of our existence. Without it, we die. It's such an obvious sort of conscious effect that it has on us and our personalities as well. So when it's on the ascendant, whatever sign it's in, it's noticeable. And then it comes to a really perfect and plain contradiction with Pluto conjunct the ascendant as well. And Pluto wears the helmet of invisibility, especially when it's out in the public, it's out from the underworld and a very public place on the ascendant. So it doesn't want to be seen. It gives him maybe more a darkened, sort of reserved quality and not wanting to be noticed really, and wanting to blend in with the crowd a little bit. So these two energies definitely exist simultaneously within him. And having a lot of Cancer and Virgo in his chart, he's going to be a very shy, very modest person anyway. But that Pluto on the ascendant is just making him come across very intense and very powerful. And Pluto close to the Sun there in Virgo just makes his Sun sign, Virgo, just a bit more potent and intent. Having a Virgo Sun in the 12th house, this means a lot of hidden talent. He's private, imaginative, and he shines when he's performing his talent in an almost unconscious or effortless way. But really his Virgo stellium is making him such a perfectionist and a hard worker, so he does obviously have that intention there. And Saturn opposite the Sun there as well, maybe he felt a bit blocked or restricted when trying to discover his talents, or when he's trying to shine and be someone. Maybe there was this authority or this opposing force that he felt against him. It could even be maybe a strong, critical, burdensome sort of person or circumstance weighing heavy on him, and that made him struggle to have maybe confidence early in life. And the gift of Saturn here is that over time he learns how to tap into his persistence and his strength and his ability from that experience of hardship. And this could also describe maybe his relationship with his father. I haven't delved in too much about that, but he also has Pluto conjunct the sun. So it maybe was intense for him growing up, a lot of pressure. He had to be his own sort of role model. And this isn't only just how he grew his own solid confidence from the inside out, this is also how he gained respect for that, and made him so resilient. And Saturn in aspect to the sun is a good indicator of success and recognition later on in life, through hard work and endurance. So back to that Virgo stellium on the ascendant, Virgo obviously being the ruler of that is also conjunct the ascendant. It's sextile Neptune, which is nice, widely the moon as well. These are all positive aspects, and he is very well liked and well received by the public, regardless of how complex his character is and how he comes across with all of that influence from the sun, Mercury, Uranus, Pluto, the moon, Neptune, and also Chiron aspect in the ascendant there as well. There's a lot. And Mercury is the planet of communication, perception, left brain analysis, and thinking. And this part of him is strong, it's in good condition. It would help him a lot to sort of break down words and phrases and scripts to a precise art. That's Virgo. They're about perfecting something. And he may be even very self-critical and slightly a perfectionist with how he speaks and how he comes across. He really wants to get that right. Mercury is also really strong, again, another indicator that it's ruling the MC in Gemini there. So he's also known, or will be known, for being efficient, hardworking, intellectual, even if it was hard growing up, because it was always something that he wanted to aspire to be, I think, was intellectual, and having talent in that regard. And Mercury conjunct the ascendant, again, it's just making this part of him really well seen. It makes him a real ideas person, good at sharing thoughts and opinions and having good ideas and being interested in conversations, curious and love to learn new things. Maybe even potentially spiritual or into occult subjects there with Neptune also in Scorpio in the third house of the mind. Or about maybe practical skills and information with the Virgo. He learns his studies in a very physical and steady way with Jupiter and Taurus as well. I think it would make him also very thorough. Also, people with strong Mercury in their chart really find it hard to switch off, especially mentally, and quiet their mind. So being by water, spending time with family would be most emotionally healing for him because of that Cancer stellium in the 11th house and the Cancer moon, obviously. Mercury rules the nervous system as well, so a lot of Mercury energy can just create a highly strong nervous system, as well as maybe digestive issues with that Virgo. And if this isn't addressed with proper rest and nutrition, we've got to look to the moon for this as well, for diet and habits. So for him, cooked meals, home cooked meals and comfort food really is nourishing for him. And with his ascendant in Virgo, I think we do see that he takes care of himself. Another strong trait with Virgo, and one I think Keanu has, is to be very analytical and to have very high standards for themselves and other people. Because they're so good at just walking into a room and picking out what needs to be improved. Some people may see this as judgmental or critical, and some other people may view it this way. It all depends on the delivery. Virgos really need to watch how they communicate. And this maybe be to do it in a lighter way, or maybe with a bit of humor, to get the desired effect that they want, which is really to help people and to fix things, to make it better. So if we go to that Cancer stellium in the 11th house, it's a very private sign in a very public house. So let's see how this plays out with his friends and colleagues and the wider community, or Facebook friends, groups of people, societies, audiences. This is all the 11th house. Cancer is really family and a deep private self. It's our soul even. They're very private, they're very nostalgic, and they're the caretaker. It could mean he's sensitive when meeting new people and being in big groups of people, and he might find it hard to open up to them. But when he is comfortable with people, he can show a little bit more witty or maybe that kind of zany sense of humor, which Cancers can have when they're really comfortable. And he can take care of people almost in like a dad way. He's the father of the group, of the friendship group. He can take care of people. It's like his natural role. And he might even like really cooking for his friends, taking care of his friends in that way. And that's because of the Cancer stellium, but also Jupiter ruling the 4th house as well in Taurus. I think he can be very protective as well, which is also Cancer, and nurturing of his friends and the community. You could say that for sure. It's because Cancer is the parent, it's the parental nature, it's the maternal nature. And this can also be seen with how much money he gives away to charity. It's something like $8 million so far, I think. And he also funds a lot of cancer research, which I find interesting. This aspect can also mean he can make family out of friends, and he needs to feel like he belongs to a group or have a close friend circle to feel at home and emotionally secure and safe and happy. They also have a really strong bonds with their mother usually. The mother influence is very strong with a Cancer moon. They usually have strong ties there. And it's funny that I mentioned his mother because I think his most recent Oscars that he's attended, he brought his mother as his date. So there you go. And he has a lot of flowing aspects, nice harmonic aspects going to his moon as well. So there's no surprise there that maybe he is close with his mother and gets a lot of support from her as well, a lot of nurturing, a good influence. The moon is sextile Uranus, Pluto, it's trine Neptune and Chiron as well. These are all flowing aspects. So it can mean he has a real deep understanding and handle on his emotional nature and goes through maybe quite a colourful myriad of emotions as well. And this might be quite hard for his Virgo stellium, which likes to keep everything neat and tidy and mentally in control. A Venus in Cancer, this is his love life, his love nature. He's looking for someone who has that maternal instinct and that is also nurturing and caring. He looks for this in a partner. So someone that he can share, you know, nice cozy sort of outings with, or just date nights at home. Spending a lot of time with friends and family. I think his partner's family integrated with his own family I think would be very important for him. Another good indicator that he's very well liked and popular, easy to get along with, is his Venus sextile Jupiter as well. So it makes him just fun to be around and easy for people to relate to. Now we've got Venus conjunct Mars here. This is a bit more of a passionate aspect. So it makes him passionate when he's in love, and it makes him a bit more assertive, which is good, a little bit more fire. It can make him confident in love. And also love is just very important to him. Relationships are important to him. It fuels his ambition, his desire in life. And this Venus being in the 11th house as well, his relationships are obviously very much out there for the public to see, for everyone to know about. He may not feel like much of his life is private or really anything just for himself. He's got Ceres in the South Node in the 4th house. He may just find it really hard to settle within himself and find that place of home. It may even be international people or moving about may give him that sense of home and security. A Cancer Mars though, the conjunct the moon, they can be very maybe touchy, emotionally up and down a little bit, reactive. When he's upset, he'll definitely just want to retreat like the crab, just bury their head in their sand a bit. And with a Cancer stellium as well, it can make him just a little bit more unpredictable, a little bit more flowy and changeable. Like he doesn't really know if he's going to be happy one day or sad or indifferent. It's a bit of a gamble. And because the moon is the ruler of his stellium, which is trining Neptune, making him very intuitive and gentle and empathic. We always see some strong Neptune in the chart of actors because it's a very artistic and it's a very creative aspect. And it's also what's making him very charitable and compassionate towards the community and the public and groups of people and women especially as well. The moon sextile Pluto as well. So there's a lot of depth to his feelings as well. And I want to maybe change and transform groups in the public to a more maybe sensitive and caring standard. So let's finish with his Gemini North Node in the 10th house. It's the same as his MC sign. So this is one of my favorite aspects to talk about, especially for famous people. It's definitely something that we can all resonate with because we see them by their MC. And it's what gives people the most fulfillment and the sense of achievement in life. And it's such a unique and personal direction we all go through, hopefully before our later years as well. Or usually it is when we're older that we achieve these things because it's ruled by Saturn. So a very intelligent and well-read persona is what he's known for. And the more he develops that, the more depth and insights he's going to bring to his life. And I don't think it would have been an easy road for Keanu. I know he's overcome a lot of adversity, actually. So this is just another one with Saturn trining the North Node as well. So keeping in that theme of persistence for him. It's like the hardships that he's been through in life is supporting who he's becoming and what he's meant to learn. So I do believe everything happens for a reason, even the bad or the so-called good as well. And it's not really until years later do we understand why. So for him to overcome any form of fear over public speaking or writing, integrating it all or communicating is what he had to go through to get that sort of genius title, and that respect and that admiration. So he obviously studied a lot and broadened his knowledge through a lot of different fields. As well as really pushing himself outside of his comfort zone, which is his south node in the fourth house as well. The fourth house is our comfort zone and would have been tough with a Cancer stellium as well. So Gemini North Node also making him well known through a range of different characters as well, and genres. And there is not one particular character or theme that he plays, I think, to just sum him up, which is a lovely mercurial theme again. So that's Keanu's chart. Leave a like or comment and I'll see you soon.